You've seen the thumbnail and you've read the title. Today's experiment does not need much introduction or explanation whatsoever. Today we're going to be jumping into FM21 and we're going to be seeing who is better, the tallest players in Football Manager or the shortest players in Football Manager. Hello and welcome back to the TomFM channel. Hope you're all doing well today. Looking forward to today's experiment and looking forward to something a bit different that's not happened on the channel before. This experiment idea and kind of series of ideas has been put forward by you guys, so thank you very much. You make my life a lot easier. Today we are pitting two teams against each other. This tallest XI and the shortest XI, who were once Arsenal and once were Aston Villa, just the easiest way to do it. We're going to pit them against each other and see if it's better to be tall or better to be short in Football Manager. Now, in order to do this, I've had to create a database that has every single player in the game in it. There's nearly 400,000 players in this database, so you've got literally the tallest 17, 18 players out of 400,000 and the smallest 18 players out of 400,000. I made it all on the pre-game editor. That's the easiest sort of way to move players around and things like that. We'll look at the teams in a moment's time or so, but I do want to ask a favour of you guys, actually. As you can see in the Premier League right now, we've changed Arsenal and we've changed Aston Villa to the shortest and the tallest 11. The goal of this, a kind of mini-series it's going to turn out to be, I think, in a way, is to have every team in the Premier League have a different sort of differentiating attributes. So we've got the tallest and the shortest, but next time out we could do the heaviest and the lightest, or the fastest and the slowest. So let me know in the comment section what other variables you want to see from this sort of series of experiments if we carry them on. Whilst you're down there in the comment section though, on your way back up, make sure you do press the like button, the subscribe button, and of course make sure you turn that notification bell on so you never miss an upload. Nearly at 20k now, nearly at 20k, that would be pretty sick if we could get there. So before we meet the two teams, it might be best to just say that I've gone for the tallest players in each position. For the tallest team, we could have had 18 goalkeepers who were all ridiculously tall, and for the shortest team, we could have had 18 strikers who were all ridiculously small. I've gone for the smallest players in each position, so when they actually play against each other, they're all playing in their preferred position, so it's actually going to be a decent game, fingers crossed. So let's go and meet the tallest team first. The tallest player in the game is our goalkeeper, Simon Bloch Jorgensen, who was most recently playing for Dulwich Hamlet, so you may actually recognise him. Obviously, being 6'11", he has got 20 aerial reach, which is what you'd expect, 20 jumping reach as well. He's pretty brave too, as being that tall. The rest of the attributes aren't anything to sort of write home about, as you'd probably expect if you play for Dulwich Hamlet. But he is supposedly the tallest player in the game, so welcome to the team. According to current ability, the supposed best player in the squad is the tallest left back in the game at 6'8". Mikael Quivist is another Danish player, which is quite interesting. There's quite a few Danish players in the tall, or Scandinavian players, I should say, in the tallest team. He was most recently playing for KA in Iceland. He's not actually that bad, to be fair. For a tall bloke, his physicals are really, really solid, I must say. His mentals aren't too bad either. Long throws of 20 as well, so we could see some long throw hacks in the game. But he actually looks all right, you know, he could play at a decent-ish level. There's actually 4 players from Denmark in this team, and then there's 2 from Norway as well, so 6 players from Scandinavia in this tallest team. And when I said Mikael was the best player, I clearly didn't look at the numbers properly, because at 124 current ability, Ryan Antat is supposedly the best player we've got, actually. He is from the Seychelles, interestingly, in the Indian Ocean, centre midfielder, and does look all right, to be fair, I must say. His physicals, again, are particularly good. His heading, though, where's his heading? I want to see that. Only 9. For a guy who's 6'9", you'd expect his heading to be much better than that. In fact, that's an interesting one. Let's have a quick look at this. Let's just insert column here. We want to find general. Where is it? No, attributes. There we go. That makes more sense. Physical. Let's have a look at, not physical, technical. If I can find the right thing, heading. There we go. We've got some players who are incredibly good and some who are incredibly bad. Our leading striker, yes, he's only got 35 current ability, but at 6'9", you would expect him to have better heading than 5. Another Danish lad, this one actually. Another Danish lad. Who's he been playing for recently? Helsingør in Denmark. But now that we've seen the tallest team in the game, let's have a quick look at the shortest team. So as you can see, here is the shortest team, and you can see by the heights, most players are 4'11", which means there's a 2 foot difference between these guys and our goalkeeper in the other team. 60 centimetres, that is, 2 feet. I'm looking forward to seeing that in the actual match engine. The interesting thing about this team is there's 2 players from Sri Lanka who are both 4'11", and they came from the same team. Mohammed Khalil Mohammed Najim, he came from Blue Star in Sri Lanka. Doesn't look particularly good as a player, I must say. And then the other player was Abdul Halim Ahmed Farzi, who also came from Blue Star. So maybe that says something about Blue Star, maybe it says something about Sri Lanka, I don't know. No Scandinavian players in this team though, but there is an English player in this team, Toby Wells, who is a centre-back. Is he a centre-back? Centre-back / left-back at 4'11". One of the tallest players is a centre-back, also from England incidentally. The best player in this team though is Zidane, who is a 4'11" winger from Mozambique, and I think, who's he playing for? There's a player in here who does play for Montpellier, who's obviously pretty decent. He has been playing for teams in Mozambique, as you can see. Who was the guy who played for it could be Israel Ramirez, because he's got decent potential. No, apparently not. He's just come to join us. Is it Andreas Daza, who is a young midfielder? He wasn't. He was in Colombia. Who was the one? Who was it? It wasn't Jesse Hoytier, but he does play for Lausanne in Switzerland, so he's obviously a decent player. I don't know why I don't look at my spreadsheet. I've got a spreadsheet literally telling me who it is. It's Kellen Mastor. Kellen Mastor. There he is. Our attacking midfielder on my left. Kellen Mastor plays for Montpellier in real life. So this team is, I think it's a younger team as well. A bit of a younger team, this one, apart from this 41-year-old here, as you can see. And there's more potential in this team. If we go back to look at the tallest team, this team is a little older, but the current ability is a little higher, I think. Either way, enough of that. Let's get into today's game. I've set both teams up with a 4-3-3 gegenpress, essentially. So they're playing the exact same style of play and formation. I just kind of want to see how they get on. I'm technically manager of both teams in this one, I think, because I've set 2 managers up in this, so I'm excited to see how this actually works in game. But as kickoff is about to be upon us, you can see the tall lads over here, the short lads on the other side. What I want to do is pause the game first and foremost and sort out this camera height and camera zoom. There we go. So we can actually see, probably when we get some highlights going, of the players. That didn't make sense. We can see the height of the players. That's what I'm trying to say. This is if we actually get any highlights. I didn't think this through this far. I just assumed there'd be plenty of them. But let's see. Right, finally a highlight, and you can see the height difference between the players already. It's actually massive. I did not expect it to be this pronounced in game, but you can really tell the height difference. It genuinely looks like. It sounds a bit harsh saying this because these are real people. I feel really bad saying this, but it does. It looks like normal sized people playing against children. That's what it looks like in game. Either way, it is the short lads trying to put a long ball forward. Why are they trying to do a long ball when they're literally playing against 6 foot a million? Look at that. Did you see the little guy? Oh, I feel terrible. I feel like I'm not being very PC by saying you see the little guy. He's a guy and he's little. It's not that bad. I mean, credit to the small boys who are trying to put the ball forward, high and long. But when look at that. That is incredible. I'm trying not to be insensitive. You know my channel and you know my brand. It's very universal. There's nothing really bad that happens or is said. But I don't want to offend anyone, but I feel like just the language, like the little lad, like that might. I'm sorry, I don't mean it. A long throw in as well for the short boys. They still need to work out that they have to put the ball on the floor, keep it on the floor. Don't put it in the air as they look to try and come forward. And they've scored a wonder goal. Leong Pong Hei, who is a guy from Hong Kong. I believe it's Hong Kong he comes from. We can check this out in a moment, I'm sure. But he is 4'11", and he has just fired a rocket into the top corner. Let's watch this one back again. And you see, they've kept it on the floor, and that's what they've done. Watching this in the match engine is a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it would just be a standard game, but it's just the difference is so pronounced, and it is quite funny, to be fair. I'm really enjoying this as Vung comes forward. I'm going to try and do the names. I can't read the names from this distance particularly well. Maybe need glasses. Again, they're trying to put a cross in the middle. It's never going to work, lads. Keep it on the floor. I mean, I'm the manager, so maybe I should tell them that, but I'm quite happy to just sort of leave it as it is and, just let them do their own thing, basically, as they look to come forward again. To be fair, we've seen more chances from the shortest team than the tallest team as they get it out wide again. Keeping it on the floor this time, though. Keep it on the floor, lads. Keep it on. What a ball. What a ball. And it's a goal for the short ones. You love to see it. I'll be honest with you, was not expecting this. I, coming into this game, expected the tall team to just pump the ball forward and just keep it in the air. That's all I thought they'd do. That's how they should be winning this game. And yet, the guy from Montpellier scores the goal. This is mental. Did not expect this to be happening. And again, they're building it out from the back. And they're doing it quite well, apart from when they do that and play the ball. I mean, he's nearly won the ball in the air there, the little man. But he lost it in the end. And it's the tall boys coming forward instead. The lanky giants. Come on then. Let's get this forward. I want to see a game on our hands. I want to see an equaliser. As Mastor comes forward, gets it out wide. Can they get another goal? Or are they going it's a good clearance there, to be fair. And, I mean, the striker's nodding it on to absolutely no one there as the small lads get it out from the back. And they've actually won a header there, which is very, very impressive. This is a long highlight too, so there must be a goal coming at the end of this one. And it looks like it's going to be for the smallest 11 right now. As again, they get it out wide. Don't try an aerial cross. Please don't try an aerial cross, which they haven't. And they've got a third goal. Amazing. This could be one of the greatest team performances I've ever seen. You know, against all the odds, they've come together and they are dominating the boys who are, you'd probably say, physically much more imposing. So with only 15 minutes or so to go, we've not seen anything from the tallest team at all. They're rubbish, basically. They are rubbish. And it's the shortest team that have come out and they have played brilliantly today, as we could be about to see a comeback right at the end for the tall. I mean, how are they not? How are they not winning that in the air or getting anywhere near it? I mean, they're not making good use of the chances, the tallest team right now, as they get the ball at the back. Come on, build it out from the back. And they've not won that header either. I mean, what are they playing at? Their passing accuracy is absolutely abysmal. If they could all they have to do is just, like, literally head it to each other. You know, like you see, you know, those videos where people in a changing room and they head it to each other and then get to the bin at the end. That's all we need to do, but the bin is the goal. And they're playing on a pitch, not a changing room. That's what they need to do to win this game. But there is a chance to get a consolation goal as Quivist puts the ball into the middle and they've somehow won a penalty. I'm not entirely sure how there was a foul in that at all, but there is a penalty right at the death for the tallest 11. Who's stepping up to take this one then? I've not set any penalty takers. Depre, Quintin Depre. I can't remember who he is. Or they've missed it. They've missed it. I mean, oh, you can't make it up, can you? Theoretically, that should be the easiest penalty anyone in this game could ever take. Because that is the smallest goalkeeper in the entire game in the goal there. The smallest one. He literally has to work so hard to cover the entire net. All the other guy had to do was just put it top corner. Top corner, that's all he had to do. And he put it straight down the middle. I can't believe it. So there we go. I didn't think this would happen, but the shortest team have absolutely dominated that one. So we could turn this into a bit of a championship, to be fair. Once we've got all like 20 teams and things like that, we could end up doing, you know, a whole league simulation, and the shortest team could go on to win it because they played brilliantly today. One issue that could come up though, because if we do heaviest and lightest next time, for example, because these boys are so tall, naturally they're going to be very heavy as well. So we could see a situation where we have to move some of these players to a different team for, you know, temporary reasons because they fit both criteria. But I really enjoyed this. This was a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And of course, let me know about future ideas as well. So thank you very much for watching today's experiment. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.